Welcome to the Dropping Gems Aftershow. Today, we will be announcing the winner of the Roku giveaway. We're also going to be meeting Susan Agobia, a Canadian Ugandan who lives in Ottawa. Susan has lived in many countries and loves to travel, paint, and write stories. The Little Mouse and the Big Highway is Susan's first children's book. So stay tuned because you don't want to miss this episode. You are watching Dropping Gems After Show.
Dropping gems from Keisha Christian. She's on a mission, sharing information, knowledge for soul, body and mind. Dropping gems, KeishaGems.com, KeishaGems.com.
For inquiries, for sponsorship, or advertising on this program, email info@KeishaChristian.com for more information. Venice Richards, your pure romance consultant, inspires women to enhance their intimate lives and take care of their sexual health. Book your party today. Visit pureromance.com/Venice Richards or call 631-943-1868 for more information or to place an order. Hello, welcome Susan Agobia to the show. Susan, I must say it's a pleasure having you on. And I have to tell my audience, I actually ran across Susan on Facebook. She was actually asking others for opinion about her book. And when I saw her book and the illustrations, and as you know, I'm an educator, I just loved it. And it's like I saw it as a book that I would actually have in my own classroom library if I was still a classroom teacher. So I had to get Susan on. And so we could talk about what made her go into this career path and also talk about her love of writing. So Susan, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
So I want to know what actually inspired you to write this book?
I would say just what's going on in the world right now with COVID-19 and how people are really struggling to get used to the new norm of life. I felt like I can only imagine, I don't have children myself, but I can only imagine being a mother and having to deal with having children around you constantly. So I thought, why not? I would like to also use my creativity to help others.
Nice, nice. And can you tell us more about the book? Or do you have a copy of it to show us? Can you tell us more about this book?
Yes, I do. Here's my little book. It's The Little Mouse and the Big Highway. Basically, it's about this little creature, little mouse Zola. He is, I would say, between 6 and 7 years old, and he's stuck in COVID. He's tired. He's done all his homework, and he just wants to have a bit of fun. And surprise, surprise, his friend Miriam has a birthday party, and he wants to go. With the help of his brother, he's able to overcome his fear of the highway. And I also threw a bit of COVID-related instructions like wear a mask, use a sanitizer when you're in public, that I thought would also be a nice teaching addition to the book.
Yes, nice. I like that. And children need to also know, especially now in this time, the times that we are, children don't need to be afraid, but also they have to learn to be cautious and how to take precautions and just to be safe. So I like the way that you brought that across in your book. That was very smart. What did you learn when writing this book? What are some lessons that
It was my first, sure, yes. It was definitely my first book overall and my first children's book. So dealing with illustrations, and also I had to hire, unfortunately, because I don't have the gift of drawing to that extent. So I was able to get outsourced help. But it's definitely working with an illustrator, trying to, over the internet, talk about what I had envisioned and how best to portray it within the book. And then obviously thinking like a child, like how would this child react? How would a child have the scenario? How would they best deal with such a scenario? And sticking outside of my normal adult life was definitely some of the aspects that helped me write this book and have that extra involvement with children.
I like that. And I like the fact that you actually stepped into the shoes of a child. So thinking of how a child thinks. Did you interview any children or anything like that?
Yes, I did talk to a few of my nieces and nephews. I also asked my fiance's friends, their children were also relatively young. I asked them, what would you think? Or I showed them a picture of Zola and asked, what do you think? Does he look like somebody you would like to be friends with? So definitely having input from children is a must when you're writing children's books. It helps a lot.
Yes, I know sometimes we forget. So having that input of the child really, really helps. And I think it was the child in me that that appreciated your book when I went on Amazon and I saw the illustrations, very eye-catching. That's something that I love, and I know children, and I think even adults, we like to look at pictures. So it really like drawed me in. And then it's universal, so I feel as though it could apply to any ethnic background because you're using characters that are animals and not people, which I really liked. What surprised you the most about this book?
Oh, that's a good question. I think what really surprised me is, again, with my illustrator, like I trusted in him that he would get it. I didn't have that one-on-one interaction with him. So just him sending me a sample of how they looked when they came, even just a sketch, how alive they look, that really surprised me. I think I'm going to do a second one because I enjoyed the process so much. And I just really enjoyed seeing it all together in a package. It's a wonderful feeling.
Yes, and I could just imagine when you have an idea and then it's birthed, you know what I mean? And then it starts to all come together. So then for you, this is like, it's sort of like a baby being born, and then you see your baby being born, and then you see how others react to it. So I could just imagine the excitement you felt, because it's bringing me back to when I published my first book, the excitement I felt with how others received it. So I know for you, that must have been something really special.
It really was, yes. And then to have the children read it, to see them get excited, they want more. You know, I had actually thinking of adding some coloring pages because that's something one of my nieces had talked to me like, why they're not, would love to color. So allowing that to also be added into the book, a few coloring pages for the children.
Oh, that is such a good idea, having the characters with no color and then having the children color them in. That's really cool. Absolutely. Yeah, I could see that. And you could even, like, if you, just as something that's coming to me, if you come together with an educator, you could probably do some sort of book that dealing with sight words using the same characters, if you understand what I mean. I don't know, that just came to me. So definitely.
Yes, I'm definitely open to all kinds of ideas. I would love to continue Zola. Actually, what I'm doing right now is I'm creating the adventures of Zola. So a collection series of slowly growing with the character, bringing back a lot of the things that I think we do technology, we have forgotten, like little things, how to write a letter to somebody, how to post it, the fun little things in life we take it we take advantage of, and allowing children to kind of put down the phone, put down the tablet, and enjoy the little things in life.
Yeah, most definitely. Have you had a chance to have some sort of book signing? I know it's kind of difficult now because of what's going on, but have you done that, like a virtual book signing, or do you have something like that coming up, an event coming up?
At the moment, no, I haven't looked into that, but that's a great idea. I will definitely look into that, but not at the moment, no.
Okay, well, definitely look into that. I think that's great. And I just know, like, especially in my audience, I know definitely, that's something that we'd really be interested in, because I really enjoyed looking at your book and reading the section that I could read, because I couldn't read the whole book because I was on Amazon, but I loved the story and how it progressed. What does the title of your book mean?
Pretty straightforward. It's just the little mouse, mouse Zola, and and the big highway. So basically, this highway, it's not a huge thing, but maybe as a child, it could be an obstacle. So it's his experience trying to get over his fears. And I think that even as an adult, we do sometimes get very afraid of the unknown. We get afraid of things. And then when we actually overcome them, we realize it really wasn't that hard after all. And sometimes a little help from a brother, sister, or a friend goes a long way.
Yes, it certainly does. I want to know, the character Zola, where did that come from? Is it based on a child in your life, or is it, would I say it's you? So where did the character Zola come from?
That's also a really good question. I don't know, Zola was just a character. I didn't know if I wanted him to be a male or female at the beginning, so I wanted something that was just very neutral. It's a beautiful, very simple, easy to pronounce name. It just came to me one day and I was like, this is perfect. I'll go with it, and it fits very well.
Okay. And what other subjects are you thinking about moving forward in the future that you might think you want to incorporate in the book? I know that this book in particular, you brought up the pandemic and you incorporated that in the book, especially on precautions for children to take. So what other subjects do you think you want to bring up in the future as far as your book series expands?
Sure, I would love to continue with the learning. I would love to do motivation, self-esteem. Those are issues that I think a lot of youth and young people still have a hard time with. I believe beauty and technology is great, like what you can do with it, but it can be a very dangerous tool. So definitely bringing more awareness about technology, about predators out there that are not exactly looking for the best for children. And then of course, self-esteem as a woman, growing up, dealing with self-image, the world having all these images of what a woman should be. I would like to kind of focus on how best to accept yourself for who you are and to love yourself for who you are.
Yeah, I like that. So themes of self-love, self-esteem, and also what you mentioned about being that the children now are more so on the computer than ever before. That's a really good topic as well. I'm talking about the virtual world. So that's great. I love where you're going with this, and I just love the book series. It's just beautiful. Well, Susan, can you tell my audience where they could purchase your book from? And where they could contact you if they want to get in contact with you, if they want to autograph copies of your book, if you have them available, or where they could purchase your book?
Yes, as you had mentioned before, I'm on Amazon. You can find the book on Amazon. The Adventures of Zola website is coming out end of this week, so new surprises are coming into the website, so you can definitely look at that, and you can definitely contact me through my website. I do have also, we'll be having a link that allows anybody who wants to reach out or get a copy from me can also get communicate to me through that way.
Nice. And if you are watching this video on YouTube, if you go to the description box, all of Zola's, sorry, I said Zola. I'm thinking about your character. All of Susan's contact information will be in the description box. And by the time this airs, you actually, the link to her website will be down there too. So you could check out her website, purchase her book. It's great to have, me being an educator, as I said before, it's a great addition to have to a classroom library or a personal library for a child. So I just love that. Well, Susan, I have to tell you, thank you so much for coming on my show today. It's been a pleasure interviewing you.
Thank you.
And do you have any lasting words or thoughts you want to leave with my audience?
Thank you again, Keisha, for your time today. I just want to allow everybody to find my book at on Amazon, The Little Mouse and the Big Highway, or adventuresofzola.com. I would say, as we're trying to get through this crazy 2020, I hope that everybody stays safe, stays strong, and let's try to get through this hard time together.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Susan. And everyone, thank you so much for watching this segment of Dropping Gems. Peace, blessings, and holistic health to you.
Welcome to Dropping Gems, an academy for holistic studies. Learn how to treat seasonal allergies and year-long allergies naturally with Keisha Christian. Her courses have helped parents, teachers, naturalists, and therapists reassess the way they handle allergy symptoms. Registration to our class is now open. Reserve your spot today. You can also become a certified holistic studies practitioner with us. Be empowered with knowledge and help us in spreading the positivity with the rest of the world. Visit www.droppinggemsacademy.com or email us at info@KeishaChristian.com.
I would like to thank our guest, Susan Agobia, for coming on the show today. I look forward to seeing your upcoming projects and future books. Now, what many of you have been waiting for. The winner of our Roku giveaway is Tressie Adams, at Tressie Adams on Instagram. I'm so honored to say that she is my fellow YouTube sister. So be sure to check out her YouTube channel by the same name, Tressie Adams. She has some great info on exercise and weight loss tips. And a special thank you to you, my subscribers. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, click the like button, and leave a comment down below letting me know how you enjoyed today's episode. Holistic health, much abundance to you. See you next week. Peace and blessings. Bye.